Pastor Chuck Case, pastor at Chesapeake United Methodist Church here in Chesapeake, Ohio, and this is my wife, Christine. We are at Maxines Closet, Chesapeake's newest thrift store that offers gently worn family clothing and also toys and other gadgets that we get donated to us.
For several years, we have a Mothers of Preschoolers group at Chesapeake United Methodist Church, and every year in the spring we do a big rummage sale, and it usually fills up our fellowship hall and basement areas. This last year we had a clothing room, and we set it up, similar to the way we have it in here. We hung things and organized it really well, and we sold and sold and sold that day clothing. And so about the same time we were trying to decide what to do with this space that had been offered to us to use for at least this year. And so after the rummage sale and seeing so many people come in for clothing that was priced at the same prices that we have here, $2, $1, $3, I just thought, maybe in our community is something that we need that we could help with. And we were also toying with what we could do for the community mission outreach to help provide food and help with that. So we kind of came up with the idea, what better thing to do than to take donations, sell clothing at a reasonable, very fair price, and then take the money that is earned from it to help feed the hungry in our community. So that's kind of how it started, and then the Lord has really provided for us everything that you see in here today. The racks we found on Craigslist at a great price at the right time, and so clothing, everything that we have is donated.
The little space here, our retail store, is named for Maxine Edwards, who, along with her husband Miller Edwards, operated Edwards Cut Rate in this building that we're standing in. It's now subdivided into 4 specific retail spaces, but she and Miller operated the Sundry store for many years in Chesapeake, and we still meet many community people who remember them and remember the store. And as we considered putting together the business model and coming up with a name, just about all of us on the leadership team thought that what better name could we come up with and name it for her and have that legacy be a part of the store's name.
And we also had her family come and visit, and as they came in and saw what we were doing, they said that Maxine loved clothes. So it seemed appropriate, and even hearing that, even more reason to have it named for her and after her. So from the moment we opened, we've had very many people, very supportive. We've heard things like, this is exactly what we need here in Chesapeake. This is great for our community. People who are excited to make the donations to Chesapeake. I've had people say, I always take my stuff across the river or to Goodwill, but they shared how excited they are to be able to share it within our community, a place for people to drop off, but also to shop. Many people we've even heard today expressing how Goodwill's prices have gone so high that they can't even afford to shop at Goodwill, and really for the fact that Goodwill's items are donated, I guess maybe are more hesitant to buy it, just knowing that they feel that the prices are so high and out of reach for their family. So we've I guess how many days this is like our 8th or 9th day open, and we've done really well, surpassing my goals for the store, which I was hoping to be able to do a certain amount per week, and we've made more than that each week. So it's been great. And then also just great getting to meet people and have people come in and put faces to people, and people are repeat. We have some people come in once, twice, 3 times a week looking to see what's new and been put out. So it's really been great.
And it's been a great place for folks from our church and outside the church in the community to offer themselves to volunteer. We gladly invite folks who'd be interested in helping out with the store to offer themselves. We can find a shift that will be convenient for them to either sort, as we have some gals back in the back sorting and pricing clothes right now, or tidying up the shelves, or even working the cash register if they'd be so inclined. Christine's so right. We've well surpassed the $1,000 sales mark. And as you can imagine, when we're selling stuff mostly for $2 or less, that takes a lot of merchandise heading out of the door. and a lot of donations. So we gladly welcome donations anytime we're open. We are open here at the store from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. Tuesday, Thursday, and 10 until 2 p.m. on Saturday. And one of our dreams would be to expand those hours, but we do need volunteer help to be able to staff those hours to be able to do that. But expanding our hours to be for the convenience of our community would be something that we would hope to be able to accomplish in the not too distant future. Chesapeake United Methodist Church was one of the founding churches of the community mission outreach back in 1985. So they celebrated a big anniversary this year, 30 years, I believe. And they had a little celebration there last spring. And we, along with several churches in our area, opened the pantry back in 1985. And I understand about 14 churches here, give or take a few, in our community regularly support the food pantry through sending volunteer teams to the pantry every week, where they're open each month starting on the 15th of the month, and each church adopts a day to be their own to send a team of volunteers. And we have a team of volunteers that regularly participate there, and we give of our monies to help them buy food to feed the hungry. And so that's knowing that it does cost more, it seems, each and every year to keep the food pantry room stocked on their shelves with food and just offerings to help stretch the family food budget. That's part of the reason why this just seemed to work like a hand in glove to further their mission. Chesapeake United Methodist Church is located on 2nd Avenue and 5th Streets, just about half a block away from the store here. And we're United Methodist Church. We're going to be celebrating 75 years in our current location coming up in 2017. And we're a church that seeks to serve the community and be just building relationships with our community as much as we can. We do that through Mothers of Preschoolers, which Christine heads up. You want to tell a little bit about that ministry?
Yeah, Mothers of Preschooler, this is our 5th year already. Mothers of Preschooler International, it's an international Christian organization that reaches out to let moms know that they're not alone in those trenches from newborn and on up. This year we've added a group called Moms Next, and that's for mothers of children of school age, and we really don't turn any mother away. So we have opportunities for mom mentors, but also for anybody who's a mom to come and be a part of it. We meet twice a month on the 1st and 3rd Wednesday of each month from 9:30 to 11:30. Childcare is provided, and it's just really a great time to get together to fellowship and to grow as women and as leaders in our community. And so that's been a great endeavor. We also have a great vacation Bible school each July, along with our ice cream festival, where we do an outreach to our block party it's become, and our community, where we make homemade ice cream, and that's usually the kickoff for our vacation Bible school. This year we also endeavored to do something called Live Free, which is a reading enrichment program for school-age kids, mostly elementary and on up. That was the first year we've done that, and that's been really a cooperative thing with the United Methodist Churches in Lawrence County, and so that was a great thing. So we try to do things at our church that reach out to parents, families, moms, dads, kids, and of course we have our regular worship services and Sunday school, and we have groups that meet throughout the week for discipleship, and so people are really active in those women's groups and men's.
And we're actively involved in missions around the world, like through Operation Christmas Child, which we're involved with right now, as folks are filling shoe boxes for kids around the world, often in third world countries. But we're also very much involved in our local with our local needs. We've helped provide monies for changes of clothing for our elementary students at the Chesapeake Elementary School. And most recently, we've adopted the kids and given each of the children in the elementary school a toothbrush this past spring, and that's going to be a perpetual ministry where our hope is to provide not only a toothbrush but a pack of toothpaste for each child every 6 months or so. I know from my perspective, we're just looking and just kind of trying to get a feel for what the Lord's doing through this ministry. And we know we've had some customers say, "Oh, you're going to have to expand. You're going to have to grow, into a bigger space because you're, This is a nice small space, though, to start out with, and I echo what Christine said. It has exceeded my biggest expectations, and as it continues to grow, we'll just allow the Lord to lead us here in Chesapeake and see what other ways that we might apply this model of raising funds for feeding hungry families and grow it.
And I think one thing that I keep in mind, and I think Charles is the one who mentioned it, but I think God is always for helping those in need. So people who need clothes and food, and so I'm excited to see what happens with it and as we grow. And this is just, for me, the first step, and providing that and seeing how it goes. And so I kind of say whatever happens will be in the Lord's hands, but we definitely want to be attentive to that and to the needs in our community.